The victory had brought no peace. Katniss Everdeen returned to District 12 alive, but something inside her had changed. She had left the arena, but the arena had not left her. Every night, the screams and mutations echoed in her dreams. Every morning, she woke with her hand gripping the bow, as if the games were still happening. But nightmares were nothing compared to the horror waiting in daylight. President Snow, he appeared in her home, without warning, his white rose filling the air with smell like blood and poison. Snow's voice was soft. Too soft. "Miss Everdeen, you have caused a problem." Katniss stood rigid, heart hammering. Snow's cold eyes studied her. "You defied the Capitol. You made us look weak. And now, the district's talk of rebellion." He stepped closer. "I suggest you convince them otherwise. Convince Panem that you acted out of love, not defiance." He leaned in. "So convince me." A chill crawled down her spine. Her rebellion had not ended in the arena. It had only begun. The victory tour began. Katniss and Peeta boarded the snow-covered train, faces plastered with smiles that hid their fear. Haymitch poured a drink. "You two better hold hands and act like star-crossed lovers, or the president will have our heads." Peeta nodded calmly. "We'll do what we need to." Katniss looked at him. He didn't deserve this, but she needed him. They headed to District 11 first. Rue's district, a place full of memory and pain. District 11 was silent as they stepped onto the platform. Katniss looked into the crowd. Tired faces, hungry mothers, children who reminded her of Rue. She stepped forward. Her voice trembled. I wouldn't be here without Rue. She saved me. She was my friend." Her breath caught. "I see her in every flower, in every sunrise. I swear I'll never forget her." Silence. Then, an old man in the crowd raised a three-finger salute. Others followed. Dozens. Hundreds. Katniss's eyes filled with tears. But the Capitol had no room for compassion. Gunshots split the air. The old man, dragged away, executed. Peeta grabbed her hand, pulling her back inside. The doors closed as screams filled the night. Katniss shook violently. "What have I done?" Peeta whispered. "You gave them hope." Haymitch whispered back. "And Snow will kill us for it." District after district, the same pattern repeated. Smiles, speeches, tension thick as smoke. Capitol peacekeepers watched every breath, with guns ready. Katniss felt Panem shifting, boiling, cracking. Everywhere she went, she saw it, eyes filled with fire, whispers of rebellion. The Mockingjay symbol scratched onto walls. Katniss wasn't just a victor anymore. She was becoming something else. A spark, a symbol, and Snow wanted her extinguished. They returned to the Capitol for interviews, parades, and celebrations. Cameras flashed, voices cheered, but Snow watched the same way a wolf watches prey, to prove her love. Peeta announced something shocking. "Katniss and I are expecting a baby." Gasps, screams, roaring applause. It wasn't real, but it was the only way to buy time. The Capitol audience wept, but Snow's expression did not change. Katniss realized the truth. Nothing would ever appease him. Back home, District 12 was changing too. New peacekeepers arrived. Stricter, crueler. Punishments grew violent. Public whippings returned. Electric fences lit up with lethal power. Gale was beaten in the square. Katniss threw herself over him, screaming for mercy. She felt again how powerless she was against Snow's world. That night, she whispered to her mother, "I can't protect anyone." Her mother touched her cheek. "But you try." Katniss wasn't sure trying was enough. Weeks passed, until the day the Capitol announced the rules for the next Hunger Games. The 75th, a quarter quell, every 25 years. The Capitol changed the rules to remind Panem of its power. President Snow appeared on every screen. His voice was smooth, deadly. For this quell, the tributes will be selected from the existing pool of victors. Katniss froze. "Peeta, looked at her in horror. Haymitch whispered, "They're sending you back." Katniss collapsed to her knees. No, they can't. But they could, and they did. The Capitol wanted her dead, and they would use the games to finish the job. Katniss cried into her mother's arms. "I can't lose, Peeta. I can't." Her mother held her. "You've survived before. You'll survive again." But Katniss wasn't sure. This time, the arena would be filled with killers, trained victors, who would not hesitate. And worse, she had to go in. Again, training began. Katniss saw the faces of past champions. Dangerous, sharp, deadly. But two stood out. Finnick Odair, beautiful, charming, lethal with a trident. His eyes hinted at pain beneath the perfection. Johanna Mason, furious, sarcastic, unpredictable, with a hatred for the Capitol that burned like wildfire. They weren't enemies. Not exactly. But not friends. Not yet. Peeta joined her, their hands intertwined. He whispered, "We go in together." Katniss nodded, knowing something he didn't. She planned to save him, even if it meant dying at the Capitol. During the pre-games interviews, Finnick charmed the crowd. Johanna insulted the Capitol and made them laugh anyway. Peeta took the stage last, and he delivered a blow so powerful. The audience gasped, "If Katniss doesn't come home from the arena, I won't either." Katniss felt tears sting her eyes. He continued, "We want to live in peace, but the Capitol won't let us. All we have is each other." The audience exploded with emotion. Even Caesar Flickerman struggled to reply. But behind the applause, Katniss saw it again. Snow, smiling. The smile of a man who believed. He had already won. The day arrived. Katniss put on her Mockingjay pin, her armor, her symbol. Peeta stood beside her, calm, strong, steady. Snow's voice echoed, "Ladies and gentlemen, let the 75th Hunger Games begin." Katniss whispered to Peeta, "No matter what happens, you have to stay alive." Peeta replied softly, "Katniss, I'm not letting you go alone." They stepped onto platform. The arena awaited, and this time, it wasn't just about survival. It was about rebellion, about war, about the spark becoming a flame. Katniss looked at Peeta. He looked at her. Two victors, two symbols, two threats to the Capitol. And together, they entered the fire,